So in the previous class we studied about some basic things about investment avenues. In that we studied about government securities and corporate securities. When it comes to government securities, two securities we studied. One is government debentures and bonds, that is treasury bills and bonds. Normally they are of a short term period, but the biggest advantage is there is no risk. Yeah, risk is zero. One more thing we saw is about creditorship securities. In case of creditorship securities, two types will come: ownership and creditorship. Ownership securities will give you voting rights. That means you will become the owner of that particular form. You can express your rights, so that's why you will get ownership status. Whereas creditorship securities will not give you any such kind of ownership rights, but the thing is you will get interest, regular interest you will get for your investment. You will get regular interest, so that is the advantage what we can consider. So that is about corporate and that is about ownership and creditorship securities. Both we have studied in the previous class. In detail we are going to study this little later. We'll go to the next slide. Next concept we'll see. So non-security form of investment. Here when it comes to types of investment, we have studied that there are together three types of investment avenues. Yeah, one is security form, one more is non-security form, one more is as you know, it is assets we have seen. So these are the three types of three types of investment avenues. Now already we have studied in brief about security form. So this is all about non-security form of investment. So when it comes to non-security form of investment, there are three investment avenues what you will get. One is post office, small savings schemes, insurance and bank deposits. Now when it comes to post office investment schemes, so normally small amount of money will be invested there, and there are various types of investment avenues are available for you to invest. Like maybe it may be what I can tell, it may be RDs, PFs, it may be NSC, National Saving Certificate, different schemes, national saving schemes is there. So all these are different types of avenues. Avenues of investments or options of investments you will get through post office investment schemes, through post office. So I can consider this as a point. So first point, it is post office. Next, insurance. Now when it comes to insurance, it is also one type of investment avenue where the advantage of this particular insurance is you will get life cover or risk coverage you will get for insurance. At the same time you can save some amount of money. So life cover also you will get, you can save some amount of money. So first type is post office investments. Next one is insurance. Now insurance is not a pure type of investment where you cannot save much. Yeah, only the thing is it will cover the risk. So that is the thing, that is the advantage what you can get. Next one is bank deposit. When it comes to bank deposits, various schemes are available under bank. It may be SB account, it may be RD account, it may be a fixed deposit FD account, or it may be what else, PPF investments options will be given by the bank. So all these are different avenues or investment options what are available. Even current account facility will be given by the bank. So these are the various avenues of investments or types of investments you will get under bank deposits. So when it comes to security form of investment, two types I told. One is government, one more is corporate. Next comes non-security form of investment, where three things will come: post office, then it is insurance, and it is bank. So these are the things, these are the basic things what we should know. Next one is post office investment schemes. Yeah, so post office investment scheme, what facilities are given by the post office? Post office is giving us various facilities, that is saving certificates. So in what we know it as NSC. NSC, different issues are there, NSC 8th issue, NSC 6th issue, so many issues are available. So under this you can do your investment. Term deposit. Term deposit means deposits which are given for a particular period of time. What we can call them as FDs, fixed deposits. Fixed deposits are one kind of investment schemes. What will for that we'll call it as a term deposit. We'll call it as term deposit. So that is second type. First one is various certificates of investments, then second one is term deposit. Next one, postal monthly income scheme. See, post office will give us various options for investment purpose. This is also one kind of scheme. We may be aware about some of these schemes like Sukanya Samriddhi. Yeah, many other schemes are there. So here you have to invest a lump sum amount of money for a particular period of time. After that, every month you will get a return. So that is postal monthly income scheme, so given by the Indian Post. Next, PPF, Public Provident Fund. Public Provident Fund is an investment where employer and employee both are contributing, both of them are contributing a particular part of their salary. The company also will contribute, at the same time the employee also will contribute for the food, and that will be so that is a concept what we should consider. So now PPF is Public Provident Fund for the general public to invest. You can invest bulk also, less amount of money also. Next comes SB account. SB andre it is savings bank account. So to promote the savings habit among the people, even in the post office savings account is available. Savings account is available. So that is one particular concept of thing what we should know. These are the some of the investment avenues which are available under post office. So now next concept. What are the advantages and what are the disadvantages? So advantages and disadvantages we are going to see here. Now first one, easy investment. Very less procedures are involved in this particular postal investments. Safety of investment. Government will give you safety. Government will give you insurance for this, because it is a government undertaking, so your money is secured there. No premature withdrawal. So it may be considered as disadvantage also, but the thing is, because of no premature withdrawal, you won't withdraw the money and the money accumulate in your account, so you will have sufficient money on maturity. Next, tax benefits. So if you invest on these schemes, you will be getting a deduction under a section called Section 80C of Income Tax Act. So under that you will get certain deductions if you invest under post office investment schemes. Choice of investment. You have various choices. Already we have seen RD, FD, SB, certificates, and all these avenues you can invest, so you will get sufficient choices. So these are the advantages. There are some disadvantages also. Two main disadvantages we can consider. One is less amount of liquidity. One more is there is no market for these particular investment schemes. Less liquidity means, you cannot do premature withdrawals. So that's why whenever you want, you cannot surrender and you can get the money. No market in the sense it is purely handled by post office. You cannot sell it outside, or you cannot transfer it to anyone else. So these are the disadvantages. This is all about postal investment scheme.